Okay, it's Freddie 59100. I just want to touch down on basis of what I'm doing. I've had a lot of people ask me, when am I going back in the woods? And I tell them I'm not going back in until April. Because the point is, I live off the Blue Ridge Parkway in the Shenandoah Valley in Virginia, which is a giant saddle bowl basically. They migrate. Now there might be one, there might be two left in the area. I'm really not sure because right now we got 24 inches of snow, and I'm not. Well, I'll be going up there tomorrow, but I'll be walking on the road itself and everything. But anyway, I got blocked for 3 days, and yeah, it pissed me off. But during that 3 days, I had quite a bit of time to look, observe, read on DNA samples, theories, all sorts of stuff, And the way I'm seeing it is, I don't care who you are. You can be from a beginner to a world-class researcher, not an expert, researcher, and everybody is gathering the same thing. Every time DNA is sent in, it always comes back contaminated with human DNA. Well, guess what? It's supposed to be there. I mean, every lab who does DNA samples always 99% of the time says, oh, it's contaminated, it's got a human in it, someone touched it. No, not necessarily. I've sent it off, my DNA, I've sent off 5 samples in the last 2 years, 3 years actually, since 13 basically, and some of them I've heard back from, most of them I haven't, but every one of them said human contamination. Bullcrap. Now we got theories. A good buddy of mine, Daniel Benoit, he is hell-bent on theories right now. Nothing bad about Daniel, my opinion only. Everybody has got theories. The theory of relativity, fancy word, I don't even know what it means. Basically, evolution. You got evolution from the Bible. You got the, well, let's just simplify it this way. You got Bigfoot. Main subject of the whole matter. Everybody says Gigantopithecus. Everybody says Yeti. Everybody says this. Everybody says that. Basically, everybody is right, except the Gigantopithecus. Gigantopithecus was an orangutan from back in thousands and thousands of years ago. They found a jawbone. So then all of a sudden everybody jumped on a bandwagon saying, ooh, that's Bigfoot, that's Bigfoot. Bull. That's not Bigfoot. Gigantopithecus has no DNA, no nothing from the Gigantopithecus. They don't. There's no way possible that they can be associated with each other. But the bottom line is, every DNA sample that comes back contaminated with human is all the same. Jeff Meldrum, Melba Ketchum, Dr. Sykes, Ivan Borshka. We understand it. They've all had the same thing, and it come back the same thing. Human contamination. So, what's that tell you? Bigfoot is human hybrid. Now, the fun part is where theory comes in, as everybody, like you got these so-called experts in Bigfoot. Nobody, and I repeat, nobody is an expert. They're throwing theories and they're guessing. Me personally, the ones I see, the ones I associate with in my area, speak ancient Cherokee dialect. I got some chattering one day. I sent it to a lady friend of mine in Arizona. She teaches ancient language. Cherokee, Sioux, Navajo, Apache, and stuff like that. She sent it back to me and says, you are listening to ancient Cherokee dialect. So I started studying it. She sent me links. Well, she basically sent me one link that you go in there and it teaches you step by step of ancient Cherokee dialect. Now, I use one Navajo word that I got from Paul Halsley. And guess what? It works. When I go in the woods, I say, Ushka, Yate. I get, if they're around, I get a whoop, I get a knock, or I'll get a rock clack. Or I have something thrown at me, which is usually the end thing for them to do. I've been followed by juvies. I've been followed by adults. I've caught them. I've got family groups. I know how they act. Main objective from the time they're born to the time they get to an adult, their main objective is avoid being seen by humans. Now, a lot of people say they cloak. No. A lot of people say blah blah this and blah blah that. No. If you want to learn about Sasquatch, now I'm not saying I'm an expert. I'm a researcher, and I'm throwing you my opinion. This is what I'm seeing through my eyes with these creatures. Now, every area is different. You go out to California, they act different out there. You go up into Canada, they get aggressive. So apparently there's a cycle going from Canada down into the United States to Washington State and on the East Coast. They're going from aggressive to non-aggressive. They go from 15 foot tall, give or take, in Canada. The biggest one in my area is 11 foot tall. I've had 2 dealings with him. Both times he's thrown rocks. I pick rocks up and I throw them back at him. Hey, you dropped a rock. I got juvies. I got them on video. I got them peeking at me and everything. People don't realize, if you realize that you have, like I am blessed because I have 3 to 4 birthing areas in my research area. I've been growled at by 3 of them, one on my left, one on my right, and one in front of me, going to these areas. I've taken Daniel and a girl in. What do we hear? When we got there 5 minutes later, we heard chattering right on the other side of the ridge. I told Daniel, I said, birthing areas are right over there. He said, let's go. No, stay out of the areas. It's so thick you barely can get through there. But we heard chattering. Walked around to another spot. We got to the main creek, and I was telling Daniel where I saw this gray one come down off the ridge. All I did was see a gray flash come across the creek, or come down up that ridge, and it was like, let's say, that thick. That's how thick it was. We heard, well, I told the girl who was with us, I said, let out a yell, do like a something. And she let out a yell, and all of a sudden we got a response. Daniel thinks it might have been an older one. I think it might have been a juvenile, because the older ones really don't speak much. They don't really make any sounds unless there's unless they're what they call a recon group, you want to call it. They'll keep an eye on you for, because you got your day watchers and you got the ones who keep an eye on you, and they let the group know if you're coming too close to everything like that. And they do knocks, and they do. I've had them do dove sounds. I've heard owls. I've walked up through the woods. I heard a light tap tap on my left, light tap tap on my right. and it goes all the way up to where I'm going to my area. They follow me, left and right, left and right, left and right. They know I'm not going to hurt them, but I speak to them the best I know how, and I've been lucky to get responses and stuff like that. But everybody's got a theory on Bigfoot. But here's the bottom line. You got people out there you got researchers ragging other researchers saying, oh, this is a hoax, oh, that's a hoax, this, that, and the other. Yeah, there are hoaxes out there. Believe me, I know that for a fact. I've been called a hoaxer. But for some reason, on my hoaxes, you see the squatches. You hear the squatches. You know, Daniel's seen them in my area. Daniel's heard them in my area. Him and his daughter was at my camp one night. I had just left her a couple hours before. I told Daniel, when you hear one coyote, then you hear the pack of them. I said, keep you out behind the camp. You'll see two of them, about 6 foot tall, show up. You'll see 4 eyeballs, look like marbles, fluorescent green. Guess what? They showed up. Daniel's daughter spotted it first. They was up Sharanda Lake back last year. His daughter got the hell scared out of her. There was a juvenile about 30 yards up in front of him watching him. And she spotted him and he got nervous and hauled buddy. You know, I go to Daniel's area. We hear what we think is a juvenile squatch. Not sure, but we hear it. And it's close, within 50 to 75 yards. When I took Daniel up there, first time I told him, I said, you want to see squatch? He said, yeah. I said, go to this area. Go there at this time. Sure enough, Daniel and his group was up there that weekend. And guess what? Daniel got a very, very close look at a juvenile. Didn't know what it was because it was dark. He noticed when he yelled for the other guys, he got up and scooted back to his parents. They saw squatches. Me and Daniel walking down the road one night. I said, I'm going to let out a yell. So I went, hey! What, in 5 seconds? Hey! Come back right at us. And it couldn't be no more than 35 yards away. They're here. But that's during the summertime. Wintertime, they migrate. What Daniel might be seeing in his area is maybe 1 or 2 that's still hanging around, you know, to keep tabs on the area till the other ones, you know, till the rest of them claims come back. I want to start my research in about around April 15th because I know they'll be back, and I'll be hitting them birthing areas, and when I get growled at, I know I'm there. So they might come in and do the same thing they did this year, or they might come in and do something completely opposite. So I've got to change my strategy up. But basically the bottom line is, what I'm trying to get to is, you got people ragging other people about their research. If you sit down and you think about what everybody is doing, we're doing one thing. We're researching Bigfoot. We are looking for evidence. Yeah, I got video, and yes, I got pictures. Some people see them right off the bat. Other people say, I don't see what you're talking about. Simple fact is, if you've never seen a squatch, you don't know what he looks like. And that's where the hoaxing comes in. I don't particularly care. I know what I got. Daniel knows what I got. Everybody who's been in my area and has seen my videos know what I got. But we can go to California. We can go to Utah. We can go to Montana. We can go to Washington State, California, Florida, Vermont. We're going to see one creature, Sasquatch. You might have different languages here, there, and everywhere. A lot of people say, hold on a second, let me drink a coffee here. Okay, anyway, bottom line is, I'm just touching down with everybody, and like I say, you got people who's got theories. Theories is fine. Everybody does. Everybody has them. Everybody researches them. Bottom line is, it doesn't make any difference if if you think theory is top of the line, that's fine. If you think theory is the bottom of the line, that's fine. If you think Bigfoots are real, fantastic. If you think they're not, whoopee-doo. You know, my theory is they're a human hybrid. Very intelligent. I've learned. Everybody asks me, how do you know so much about Bigfoot? Reason one, they teach you. Reason two, when you go in the woods, you open your eyes and you open your ears. You look for signs. To get a Squatch to pay attention to you, find a structure, go over to it, look at it, talk about it, touch it. The minute you touch it, them Squatches will be like, ooh, wait a minute. He knows what we got. He knows the signs. And I guarantee you, if you go in the woods, you can be a beginner. You go in the woods, and once you start seeing structures, look at the ground. You'll start seeing footprints, but you got to know what they look like. Let me give you a hint. They're human footprints. They're bigger and wider, believe me. Let me show you something here. This is what I'm talking about. Let me back it up here. Look at that. This is a footprint that I got 2 years ago in the rain. When I went in, no footprint. When I come out, footprint. Okay? Smell. Squatches smell different everywhere. The juveniles, I always know when they're around when I smell vanilla or sweet apples. The very first time, May 10th, 2013, I was turkey hunting. I walked in my research area because I had been working with them with peanut butter. Well, that day when I went in, the smell was so rancid with ammonia, urine, feces, and I don't know what else. It burned my eyes, my nose, and my throat. 2 minutes later, I saw 6 Squatches. Pulled my camera out, I got 3 Squatches. One on the right side of the tree, 2 on the left. One on the right side of the tree, black. One on the left against the tree, reddish brown. One over her shoulder, cinnamon blonde. I think those were the females. Not sure. I didn't zoom in like I really wanted to. I was just too excited because, yeah, I seen them, I videoed them. I was turkey hunting. I put my camera back and I went on turkey hunting. They followed me around for the rest of the day right there, but I did not go after them. To me, if you see a Squatch or you hear one and you chase it, you're going to scare it away. Don't do that. With me, what I do, when I go in and I hear them, okay, fine. I keep on going about my business. Because once you get their curiosity going, and you let them know, like, hey, I know you're here. You're right over there. You're over there, you know, something like that. And just go on about your business. Act like they're not there. That drives them bananas. Especially the juvies. They will break their neck trying to watch you. But what they don't realize is they give their location away. They give their spot away. Last time I seen them, I had 4 of them. 25 yards in front of me, I had one laying down behind a stump, black as ace of spades. I had another one setting up back in the lower brush, looked like a burnt stump. Had one against the tree. Daniel thinks the one against the tree might have had a little one. Could have been, I don't know. But then the 4th one, oh, you could see from here up. There's 2 trees like this, and he was right there in the middle of it, peeping around the corner like, ooh, what are you doing? You know. But once you pique their curiosity, they will kill themselves trying